Director of Reliable Motors, and this year I've decided to continue what I normally do, is to give back to the community, and we celebrating 50 years of Culturama. When Mr. Herbert approached me sometime last year, I said, just count me in, I'm on board.
All right, lovely. And it seems that we have two Bat villagers here this morning, so we're representing our community well. So, Mr. Claxton, we're here to talk about the Culturama Summit. This has been an annual event put on by Von Radio where culture and, of course, the power of the ear or the radio waves are used to get across the Culturama spirit this year. So what would have encouraged you to sponsor the Culturama Summit directly?
What encouraged me? Reliable Motors celebrated 40 years of business in Nevis last year. Reliable Motors happens to celebrate its anniversary like the Federation. We were incorporated on the 19th of September 1983. And in so doing, I believe that we would have made great steps and we would have reached a long way. So I decided that I need to do certain things to let the general public see that we appreciate the business. And we started by the first venture when we sponsored 100 hurdles to the sports department stroke education for the various sporting activities that takes place at the Mondo track. And so for the first time here in Nevis this year, we had hurdles being run at the Mondo track owned by the Nevis Island Administration from a generous donation from Reliable Motors.
All right, and yes, I definitely would have heard about that piece of information. So Reliable Motors putting back into the community as it pertains to our youth developing sports here on Nevis. So Mr. Claxton, I also would have heard, as you said, Von Radio and Reliable Motors working closely together, whether it's to contribute to an event, whether it's to contribute to the society in general. So for our radio listeners out there, the Culturama Summit is due to take place on Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. So it will be done at 7 p.m. That's usually the time our radio listeners would be able to hear Let's Talk. So in collaboration with that event, persons will be able to come and they will be able to give their views on air. They will be able to hear discussions from Culturama past, Culturama present, and perhaps where we would be over the next 50 years. And also on the outside, they will be able to see an array of cultural foods, cultural performances. We're expecting to see the big drum, the string band, anything you could think of for our persons here on Nevis, and especially those abroad who has been away for probably 5, 10, up to 50 years. They have never experienced the Culturama, so they will be able to experience that. And Mr. Claxton, how are you feeling about the upcoming 50th celebration of Culturama?
Well, I think Culturama 50 is going to be a grand occasion. I can see the work that the government has been putting in on the island, and I'm not going to speak about the complex. I'm going to speak about the bathhouse facility, the bath springs, hot springs. What I'm seeing there is is looking very good. I think that the returning nationals and the visitors coming, the Bath Springs is a place to see. Mm-hmm. I need you to come over Bath and enjoy the hot springs. So that is my plug for Bath Village. Mm-hmm. About the complex, I'm not from Stony Grove, so let's go out and talk about Bath Village.
All right then. So yes, as Mr. Claxton was saying, just passing by the Bath Stream, you can see the development up there, whether it's the landscaping, whether it's the new buildings, the rustic buildings, and it's not any upscale buildings, I would say, something to kind of preserve the historical aspect of the Bath Stream.
It's an all natural look.
Very much so, very much so. And it's great to hear that a Bath villager, someone who would have originated here, can speak such high value of what it's being turned into right now, because I don't think the work is finished just yet. I still think they have some touches to do right up there. So also, as it pertains to Culturama 50 and the other events that you would have heard Von Radio is putting on, even as it pertains to the grand beginning of the Song of the Year competition, would you have any views?
Just stay tuned to the Powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean. They would keep you well informed. One is the station of choice, and one is this Culturama 50 station. Just tune in. All the information about Culturama 50 would be heard on One Radio. So switch off the dial on the others and stay tuned to the Powerhouse.
Well, you heard it right there from Mr. Claxton. All the information, all the songs, all the events, we're doing it grand and big here for Culturama 50. All the news, clues, and information right here at Von Radio. So, Mr. Claxton, just as we wrap this up, is there anything you would like to say once again to those home, those abroad? Because this year is supposed to be a grand homecoming. Persons who have not been here for years are coming home for Culturama 50. What's the plug for that?
All that I'm saying, come and make your contribution. Culturama is going to be great. Great, great, great. 50 years. I'm not going to be here for the next 50, so let's enjoy Culturama 50 together.
Very much so. And there you heard it from Mr. Carl Claxton of Reliable Motors, doing it here at Von Radio for the Grand Culturama Summit, and encouraging all of you to stay tuned to the Powerhouse to hear all the updates, all the information as it pertains to that summit, and of course all the other events we are doing here at Von Radio. So my name is Donella Thompson, and stay tuned to Von Radio 860 AM and of course 93.7 FM.